July 20th, and today we will cover the trades for the YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDY, and MSTY. For those of you watching live, obviously I apologize for the tardiness. It happens, things happen. Yesterday, I'll just say Patron won. My friend decided to bring Patron, and it kind of won. So here we are. And I'm actually drinking my coffee during this video because I wanted to get it out sooner than later. So let's get right to it. So right now on the screen, what you see is the trades from TSLY. A lot of action here going on here. So top three, you see them adding to the synthetic, 950 contracts. Then they sold a call for that right away. And then the four on the bottom, you see a BC. They buy to close their call. That expired yesterday. And then they sold a new call into the following week. Obviously, you can see they only paid a penny to close out the contracts from yesterday. Needless to say, TSLY, yet again, is winning their weeklies and making money. So let's take a look at the spreadsheet. So they added to the synthetic, we said, but remember, they have two synthetics. They have a 260 and a 265. If you look, they added to the 260. So let's take a look, see what that looks like. So here it is, 950 contracts. And 260 clearly is far away. Look how much they got for the put, 2.6 million. And they only had to pay 878,000 for the call. Because you see they're 8% away from the 260 price. Tesla's at 239.20 at the moment. But, that number, that credit added into the July income, which is good. They also have a TSLY synthetic 265, which is just hanging out as well. And they're 9.74% away from that. How did the July tab get past the reaction tab? Let's see if I can move this. There you go. Sometimes the phone is not friendly. All right, so let's look at the July data. So how did TSLY do yesterday? TSLY went down 4.02%. TSLY went down 3.65%. Coffee sip in the captions. Now, let's take a look at the contracts, right? A penny. They paid a penny to close out the contracts. And then I guess you could say, all right, why not let it expire worthless? Well, they're not going to do that because they need to cash settle in order to use those same contracts for the following week, right? If they let it expire and, go worthless, how are they going to use the same contracts to sell calls into next week? But either way, look what they paid. Like nothing, $31,000. So in the end, there was a profit of over $18 million for the calls for last week. Now, heading into this week, you guys are going to love this. Check this out. Look at this. 1,000, well, let's go through the contracts from yesterday. 950 contracts, 260, 250 strike, 9.74% out of the money. 30,785 contracts, 265 strike, largest position, obviously, 10.79% out of the money. And then 310 contracts, 267.50 strike price, 11.83% out of the money. And then they have 1,005 contracts up above 282.50, 18% out of the money. So they are scattered as hell, which is freaking awesome. And they are scattered on earnings week. Holla freaking Luya. So what did they yield? Look at that, 83%, 87%, 77%. Look what they're yielding. Their 30-day IV is 60% now. So these premiums, man. All right, I finished the coffee now. These premiums are awesome because I forget what day earnings is. But actually, no, I have it over here. Let me check real quick. 723. Okay, so yeah, if you trade options over earnings, it's very volatile because, the unpredictability. But at the same time, you get what people call juicy premiums. But look at these scattered strikes, man. We are scattered as hell, and it's freaking awesome. So if you're a TSLY holder, you should be very happy. You should be very proud of your holding at the moment. All right, outstanding shares, 800,000 increase. All right, here's the summary. 30-day IV, 60%. We talked about that. Shares are at 49,275,000. Weekly income, though, no. $31 million loss, okay? But that was worse because now they're adding to it, right? Because yesterday, what'd they make? 12, almost 13 million they made yesterday. So, and we'll see. Again, it's over earnings, so we'll see what happens. But for now, cheers with the TSLY fund manager. We partied yesterday. We had a good time. No, I'm just kidding. But if he partied, I feel his pain today. But he's off today, although so am I. But I guess you can call this work, right? So payment information. Synthetic income is 120.4 mil. Short call loss, 31 mil. So that's a net income of 88 mil. So if we take the net income, how much are we making? $1.80 per share. $1.80. $1.80. Do you realize that they can make over $2? They can make over $2 per share. But they're not going to pay $2 per share. If you think about it, this is post-reverse split. So a $2 payment is actually only a $1 payment when you look at historically, right? And they used to pay $1, very few times in the beginning. So this would almost put you back to where we used to be. Not price-wise, but of course, but, distribution-wise. But I think they're going to pay well over $1, probably like a $1.20 range. I don't know. Again, too early to talk about, but something to think about. All right, so nothing to really talk about in the holdings, but obviously they're synthetic. They're not. It's in a losing position right now because they're priced below, but they have plenty of time to catch up because you see in pink, it's cost about $95 million to close that out. But again, we don't have to talk about that because that expires August 16th. And look at this, four in blue, scattered strikes, baby. Scattered strikes, son. All right, net asset value. Do you believe this? Do you believe the net asset value of TSLY? 703. Oh my God. Obviously I can't read. 793 million. The NAV is 1611. The trade price is 1610. So, bravo, TSLY. Great week again. Great week. All right, so only one other trade because, the CONY and the MSTY, they got their stuff done early in the week. And it was ugly, for sure. But that's why they don't have trades. But NVIDIA had a trade, buy call, sell put, sell call, 3,800 contracts. And then the loaner, the 3,000 contracts that we've been waiting for, they've used it, okay? So what they use it for? A 126 strike. They used the 3,800 for a 124 strike. So look at this. Are they scattering as well? Let's go take a look. Okay, let's go here. All right, so they got a 127 synthetic. Here's the 3,800 contracts that they added, and good Lord, they got a 4.4 mil credit for the put, and they only paid 1.3 mil for the call. So they made 3.1 mil. Good God, that's a good, that'll be good if we can catch up to this price, though, right? Right now, they're 7.14% below the strike price of the synthetic. But again, the synthetic, just like the others, expire in 28 days. So they got time to catch it. Their earnings will fall after that, though. We show estimated earnings date. I don't know if this is confirmed yet, to be August 28th. All right, let's go to the July tab and see what happened. Well, Nvidia went down 2.77%. NVDY went down 1.78%. Look at the Nvidia, man. 26.53. Unbelievable. I love it. I love it. All right, so here we stand. Look at this. Look at these scatter strikes. I know they're only $1 away, but isn't it a beautiful thing? I don't know, man. It's just, maybe I'm just a happy man this morning, but this is amazing. 3,800, I'm going to go from bottom to top. 3,800 contracts, 124 strike, 5.15% out of the money, okay? Next up, 3,250 contracts, 125 strike, 6% out of the money. And then they have two sets of contracts for the 126, but it totals 38,220 contracts, 126 strike, 6.84% out of the money. And last but not least, 32,220 contracts, 127 strike, 7.69% out of the money. Are these strikes too tight? Maybe, maybe not. But they are in a position where, they're all, they're scattered. So the likelihood that we win some of these is higher, I think. Right now, Nvidia is at 117.93. The highest strike is 127. So we'll see how it goes. Again, it's 7.69% away. What's going to happen next week? Who the hell knows? But the two contracts from yesterday that they added yield 57% annually and 65% annually. Against that IV, 52%. And yes, for those of you that were asking, they typically strive to yield whatever the IV is. So if the IV is 52%, they would like to make that amount of money so they could pay you the IV, essentially in the yield. At least from the weeklies, right? Sometimes the synthetic can reward you much, much more, or it can hurt you much, much more. All right, so outstanding shares. Look at that freaking increase, man. NVDY GOAT, yes. 1,075,000 increase, 3.21%. So pretty amazing stuff there for NVIDIA. 30-day IV, 52%. Outstanding shares, 34.6 mil. They got income, 27.9 mil. Distribution, 81 cents. Daily income, they're earning 5 cents a day from the weeklies. That's a yield of 0.18% or 65% yield. NVIDIA Fund Manager, nothing but happy faces and smiles, right? Close out the week on a good note. Now, what's the breakdown of the income? Well, synthetic-wise, they only got 4.4, right? But short call income, 27.9 mil. So if we look at that alone, right, that's 81 cents. So if we take that and we throw that in the estimator, that's about $1.62, which is a 73% yield, which is a very, very good payment. I know some want $2, but can't get everything you want. All right, so holding wise, what are we looking at here? Well, we got synthetic. Look at that synthetic, man. 92 million it cost to close, but again, it's like 28 days away, so don't need to harp on that. And then look at 4 in blue, 4 strikes. I mean, they're trying to compete with TSLY and their scattered strikes. So they're like, we scattered too, sucker. So look at that. Freaking amazing. And look at the net asset value, 916.2 mil. We are getting closer and closer to the bill. But anyway, the NAV is 26.48 and the trade price is 26.53. So solid performer. All right, so let's go to our next friend here. Mr. CONY himself, no trades, but he didn't need any trades, right? So their synthetic for CONY is sitting here, expiring in 28 days. Will it save them? Their no income month. Could it save them? Well, it could. If coin goes up, right now it's only up 3.12%. The only thing that's going to save them is their synthetic. How did coin do yesterday? Oh my goodness. Coin went up 10.53%. And CONY went up 8.61%. We were just talking about don't let emotions play into your deciding factor. And look at the day before, $18.69. So if you said, screw it, I'm buying CONY at $18.69, good for you and congrats, because you just got an 8.6% gain in one day. That is very solid. If that was you, let me know, because that was a quick win. All right, so how are we doing heading into next week? Well, after that big jump, we have all contracts in one basket, right? 30,800 contracts, 275 strike. It's still out of the money, though. It's still out of the money. After that big day, 10% day, it's still out of the money by 6.68%. However, another 10% day next week, and we're done. But again, maybe the synthetic will reward us handsomely because we need it. Outstanding shares did not go up. Did not go up on July 19th. All right. So 30-day IV, 86%. Outstanding shares, 36.6 mil. Total net income, nope. They have a loss of 46.5 mil. Okay, so let's go to the reaction. And he's kind of smirking, CONY fund manager. He's like, yeah, what's up now? I just gained 8% in a day. What are you doing? So he's feeling pretty good, even though, it's been a rough week. Synthetic income, though, for CONY, 19 mil. Not bad, but the short calling, the weekly income, damaging, man, 46.5 mil. So they're currently at a loss of 26.9 mil, and this is for the month. So will they flip this into a profit? Only time will tell. Like I said, I think the price of coin needs to blow up, and the synthetic could save us. All right, what about the holdings? Holdings. Right now, the synthetic is worth 87.7 mil. The put would cost 61 mil to close. So they could make, 26 mil if they decided to roll or close out and make a new position for the synthetic. So what we say, 26, that's about where we're at. So that would make us flat, right? That's not where they want to be. They probably want to be in an income position, but we'll see what happens. Now, one call, like we said, heading into next week. So we got one in blue. What's their net asset value? 743 mil. You know what that means? They're behind TSLY, okay? So TSLY has surpassed CONY. The NAV is 2027, trade price 2030. Okay, so that's it for Mr. CONY. How about Mrs. MSTY? What do we got? Well, look at their freaking synthetic. 1550 synthetic. They are now 14.74% above their synthetic strike. You know what that means? They could maybe get out of their disaster, but who knows? It also means their weekly calls are probably screwed for next week. Because look at this. Yesterday, oh my God, MSTR went up 14.36%. Good Lord. And MSTY, how much did MSTY go up? Not even half, 6.45%. You know what that means? We are capped. We are capped. We're done. It's over. But again, anything can happen before next Friday because these expire next Friday. So where do they stand? They got 2,535 contracts, 1675 strike, 5.82% in the money. So it is what it is, right? But again, at this point, you wouldn't mind if MSTR just goes flying high, take the damage on the weekly, and then hit the synthetic income, right? All right, so outstanding shares, what do we got? Well, nothing. We got nothing. So the recap is 30-day IV, oh yeah, triple digits, 100.89%. Outstanding shares are at 14 mil, and income is still not income, unfortunately, but it's only a loss of 11.4 mil. So that's not bad. The MSTY fund manager, though, he's just laughing, crying at the same time, like, what the hell did just happened? So let's take a look at the damage that they've had over the month. 6.9 million synthetic income. Okay, that's good. Short call loss, 11 mil. So they're only at a loss of 4.5 mil. They could recoup that easily. And we'll look at the holding numbers in a second. So they're down, 4.5 mil? So let's see what their call is worth. 81 mil. Their put, to close their put, 23 mil. So they can make like 57, 58. Oh my God, yeah, they could kill it. So if they closed out their synthetic and rolled it, boom. So MSTY is now in a great position, right? They are in a solid position. Yes, of course, the weeklies will cost 38 mil to close, right? So if you add the two on the top, the put, the 38 and the 23, right? So what's that, like 61? So that's 61 mil. So they can make 20 mil, net of the 81. So they can make 20 mil. Obviously, that would put us in a profitable position of 15 mil, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Will they do that? I don't know. If MSTR keeps going up, I think they will. Net asset value is 430 mil. The NAV, oh my God, they're about to hit 30 again. $29.65, trade price $29.71. Man, I feel like MSTY was, what was it down to this week? Got down to $24.59 one day. Man, what a buying opportunity. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So that's it. That's the recap for the week. Again, maybe a little faster than usual. Hopefully it came out all right, because yesterday was a long day. And as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you were entertained. If not, we'll try again on the Monday recap. For this weekend, nothing special video-wise. Obviously, I'll do my options and swing trading update today, hopefully. And I'll do a Defiance update on Sunday, and possibly a recovery rate on Sunday as well, but we shall see. But if you enjoyed this content, as always, please remember to hit the like button. It goes a long way, and I do appreciate it very, very much. If you have any comments, concerns, questions, leave them down below. I certainly look at all the comments. I try to respond to all of them as well if it warrants a response. Depends on the day, of course. Some days are busier than others. I haven't even looked at the comments from yesterday's video, but either way. So yeah, that's all I got for today. Again, apologize for those of you watching live. I know it was late, but it happens. But as long as I get the video out, not too late, I think it's acceptable. What do you think? All right, guys, I'm at it. Oh, no, keyword. We are scattered, son. We are freaking scattered. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it via comment, all you have to do is comment below this video. We are scattered, baby. We are scattered, son. You could say it however you want, but NVIDIA and TSLY, they are scattered. They are in a good position, especially TSLY ahead of earnings. They are ready. They're waiting. Are you waiting? What's going to happen with earnings, by the way? Any Tesla gurus have a prediction? Leave it down below. All right, now I'm out of here. I hope you guys have a great day. Have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Later.